There's a common myth that Agile killed the tester role. The logic goes like this. Since quality is now everyone's job, the dedicated tester has gone the way of the dinosaur. Well, spoiler alert, that couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, the role hasn't disappeared. It's evolved from being the cleanup crew to being the architect of quality. Today, we're looking at what it actually looks like to test in an Agile environment. If you're a Scrum purist, you might be shouting, but there are only 3 roles. Where does the tester fit? You're right. In the eyes of the Scrum Guide, everyone building the product is a developer. But here's the secret. Developer is a job title, but testing is a specialized skill. Just because the name on your badge changed doesn't mean the need for deep, analytical thinking vanished. In fact, it's more critical than ever. You aren't just a tester on a team, you are a quality specialist embedded in a high-speed squad. In the old world of Waterfall, the tester was the gatekeeper, the person standing at the exit with their arms crossed, trying to stop bad code from escaping. In Agile, you're the guide. This shift begins way before the first line of code is written. It starts in sprint planning. While the developers are huddled together figuring out the technical architecture and how to bring a feature to life, the tester is playing the role of the professional skeptic. They're the ones looking at the requirements and firing off the what-if scenarios that no one else has considered. What if a user loses their 5G connection exactly at the moment they hit confirm purchase? What if they try to bypass the UI and enter a negative number or a string of emojis into the age field? What happens to this data if the user hits the back button mid-save? By bringing this skeptical, destructive mindset to the design phase, testers catch massive logic gaps while they're still just ideas on a whiteboard. It's about building quality into the product from the start, rather than trying to sprinkle it on at the end. So, what does your daily to-do list look like? It usually rests on 3 pillars. The automation specialist. You aren't just clicking buttons, you're building a safety net. You write scripts that run at 3 a.m., so a human doesn't have to. The exploratory expert. Automation is great for what we expect. Exploratory testing is for what we don't. This is where you use your intuition and hacker brain to break the system in ways a script never could. The bridge. You are the glue between the product owner and the devs. You ensure the acceptance criteria are crystal clear. If the dev and the PO disagree on how a feature should behave, the tester is usually the first one to spot the conflict. The power of shift left. You'll hear the term shift left constantly. In Agile, testing isn't a phase, it's an activity. You're working side by side with devs. Sometimes you're even pair testing, sitting together to check a feature the moment it's finished on the dev's machine. This shrinks the feedback loop from weeks down to minutes. In a true Agile culture, if a bug hits production, we don't ask, why did the tester miss this? We ask, how can the team improve our process? The million-dollar question, do Agile testers need to code? The short answer, it's a superpower, but it's not the only one. You don't need to be a senior software engineer, but you should understand the tech stack. Being able to read code, query a database, or inspect an API response makes you 10 times more effective. But the most important skill? Empathy. Understanding the user's pain is what makes a tester truly elite. At the end of the day, an Agile tester's ultimate goal is to make themselves redundant by teaching the whole team how to think like a tester. You aren't there to find bugs, you're there to ensure the team delivers value that actually works. If you're moving into Agile, don't wait for a ticket. Jump into the conversation early. Your team needs your brain, not just your mouse clicks. Are you a tester in an Agile squad? What's the biggest logic gap you've caught in planning? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next sprint.